it's Elizabeth from the Toy Hoarder. Today I have the biggest Overwatch set of toys that I could find. This is called Overwatch Ultimate's Carbon Series. It's carbon fiber Genji, midnight Zarya, carbon fiber Pharah, and midnight D.Va. It even comes in this cool box, and we got some stats on the characters in the back. Now, Overwatch is a video game, so that's why there are stats on these. There are 4 pieces of tape across the top, so you are going to want to run your scissors through that. And then pull the plastic tray out, guys. Oh, look at this. And all these extra weapons and accessories, guys. This is gonna be so cool. Wow. Oh, this is so neat. These are not easy to get out, by the way. Okay, guys, I got everything out of the box. It does come with 4 character figures and 15 different accessory pieces, and some assembly is required, so I will go over that with you guys. Genji and Pharah are offensive heroes, and Zarya and D.Va are tanks, so here is Genji. Gorgeous figure, highly articulated. I'll show you in just a moment, and he does have some different sheaths for his weapons, which I will show you as well. So here is Genji's original outfit. All right, here's his katana. It got a little bit bent here. I don't think that it is supposed to bend quite like it is, but that's okay. Maybe it is. I don't really know that much about Japanese weapons. It will actually slide into this longer sheath along his back, so you can store that there. Then he's got a smaller sword that goes into the sheath on the back of his waist here, so you can store that one there. They will also go into either of his hands. And then he's got an extra hand that has the 3 ninja stars on it, so that he can use all of his different moves. And I'm sorry I didn't show you all of his weapons up close. So this one is not very exciting, but there's that one. Put it back in the sheath. This one almost looks like a bandsaw with some blue around it, so I don't really know. And then there's what the handle looks like. Not anything super intensive, very flimsy and easy to break. Be careful if you're giving this to the kiddos, especially anybody who still puts things inside their mouth. It says ages 4+, but be careful if you're going to give it to a 4-year-old. You can take his right hand off. You simply pop it off, and then you pop in this new right hand that is throwing these ninja stars. And I think this is really cool because they didn't make the ninja stars in his hand. They're already coming out of his hand. He is in this action pose. He is using his moves. This is so cool, you guys. Look at that. I love that so much. Articulation. He does have a ball joint in his shoulder. The in and out is not very pronounced here, and it's very tight, and there's sort of a clicking. Not sure if you guys can hear that or not on the camera, but it does have the full 360-degree turn and a little bit of the tilt here. It was supposed to be a ball joint here. You can see that it's jointed in 2 places around the elbow. Again, this joint is really tight, you guys, but maybe once you kind of play with these for a while, it'll get better. I don't know. Now his hand does have a full tilt here, as well as a spin. It's a full ball joint here, and you can of course swap out the hands, but both do have the ability to tilt and spin at 360 degrees. His waist has 2 joints, one in his chest where he can move and a little bit spin, but mostly forward, backward, and then there's a joint a little bit lower in his actual waist where he can bend backwards and forwards, no spinning on that one. Then he's got thigh joints here. So it's almost a full ball joint. It's a little bit obscured by the top of the costume here, so you can't quite 360 degree his leg, but you can forwards and backwards his leg and in and out. And then his knees have this double joint the same way his elbows do, which is, again, really quite difficult to elbow to move. But there you go, now you can see his knee is bending appropriately. And then he's got an actual ball joint in his foot. Now, it's kind of strange the way his costume goes because he's got this little spike that goes down on either side of his foot, which makes it not as able to spin all the way around, but it does have the full flexibility of movement here. I don't know what to call this joint, but between his shoulder and elbow, he's got another joint that spins all the way around here. Okay, he does have a 360-degree swivel and an up-down, so it's a full ball joint inside of his neck. He also has an extra joint between his thigh and knee that's a spinning joint, and I have no idea why. He reminds me a little bit of Ingenium. I'm probably, realistically, gonna keep the Ninja Star hand and then a closed hand on him because then he can wield all of his weapons, and if I lose the other closed hand, it's not as big of a deal. Kind of interesting that this pack was 3 females and a male, but anyway, here is Pharah. You can see with her shapely armor that this is actually a female character. Here is Pharah's original outfit. She looks sort of like a bluebird here. Her real name is Pharah. I love how her backpack looks like a face here, you guys. Here is her rocket launcher. And then in order for her to use Jump Jet, you're gonna have to assemble the rest of this. So you got these 2 pieces that are sort of like wing pieces, and then here's the flame blasts that come out of them. These are sort of a gel silicone type thing, and they are kind of bendy. Not too bendy, don't push too hard because they probably will still break, but you're going to need to stick them inside each of the slots of these. They do have different slots and on different sides, so you can tell which piece goes where, because if you try to put the wrong piece in, it doesn't go there. So I'm gonna snap these in here, try to snap the other piece in here. Alright. How epic is this? As far as joints, I did show you this open and close of this wing piece thing. Okay, so I was trying to put the mechanical pieces toward the front on these 2 sides, but it looks strange when you close it because they now stick out at different angles, and I'm not really sure that they're supposed to do that. These also don't stay in very well, and I just dropped her gun. Okay. I'm a little bit disappointed in the quality of these figures, you guys. They're very difficult to keep everything together, and they require assembly that they then don't tell you how you're supposed to assemble it. And she does have a full ball joint in the head, so all the way around, up and down. I do love how she's now looking like a black crow. That's super awesome. She does have articulation on her armor. Her armor is, this shoulder pad is on a full ball joint here and has an extra joint of this thing. I don't really know why, but you know, that's a thing. So that's kind of fun. It makes her a lot more posable. Then she has the full ball joint in her shoulder. Halfway between her elbow and shoulder, she does have a twisting joint, and then she's got a ball joint in her elbow and a ball joint in her hand. Oh, as far as torso joints, she does have 2. One about halfway through her torso here, like a chest joint, I guess, and it is a ball joint. It's a swivel and tilt, and then the waist joint is just a tiltable joint. She's got her upper thigh ball joint, which is a bit hindered by this pointed armor that's on her legs. Surprisingly, she does not have the extra twistable joint between her thigh and knee because of this armor. She doesn't have the double joint in her elbow, but she does have the double joint in her knee, and then she's got this full ball joint that's not as obscured by her shoe, so you can just kind of like flip her whole foot around, which is almost kind of creepy, to be honest. We've got D.Va, or Hannah. She is our professional gamer turned mech robot warrior person. I like D.Va's midnight outfit better than her original outfit, but there's the original outfit. Honestly, she's way cooler with her mech, but She doesn't come with that because this set would be even ridiculously more huge. An alternate right hand has what looks like a cell phone or possibly a remote that she uses to control her mechs or pull down new mechs. I'm not really entirely sure on that one. She's got a left hand peace symbol here. And then she has a smaller gun so she can actually fight outside her mech. It's nowhere near as fun as, I don't know, any of the rest of the things that her mech can do, but, you know, that's robots for you. So, peace hand in here, and then put her weapon in her other hand. So, there you go on that, you guys. And here is the other hand up close. If you guys do want to put that in, it does have a little pink border on her. Her articulation is very similar. She's got the full ball joint in the head, and then a ball joint in the shoulder here. She doesn't have the extra joint between her shoulder and elbow, and it's just a regular ball joint in her elbow. She does have the joint in her wrist, which is a little hard to show you with the gun in it, but she does have the ball joint in her wrist, and then she has a ball joint in her torso here and a bending joint at her waist. Then she's got the full ball joint in her thigh. She's got a twistable joint just below her thigh, a double knee joint. I don't know what this is actually called. I just have been calling them double knee joints. So it bends at two different places so that she can actually kick her leg like this, which is insane. Otherwise, she would be limited to about this position. So it's really nice to have that double joint on there. Then, of course, she does have her full ball joint in her foot, which is really creepy, you guys. She has no armor that obstructs this, so this whole foot just, woo! Okay, that's so freaky. The human tank, you guys. Yeah, she's a tank player, but, like, guys, Zarya is an insanely huge, just, I mean, I feel like her and Winston could wrestle, and she might beat Winston out. And Winston is a gorilla, you guys. But she is a bodybuilder slash weightlifter. Not quite world champion yet because, you know, war and stuff. I am intimidated by her. So here is Zarya's original outfit. Here's her plasma cannon, which is super epic. I mean, she just walks up to the armored vehicle and rips it off. She's like, oh, I'll just take this. And then she carries it around as her weapon because no one else can lift the thing because it came off of an armored tank. Y'all, she's a beast. I don't know what else to say. Okay, so we do have this sort of plasma blast thing that comes out. And again, it's this real bendable rubber silicone type thing. So you can stick this inside her plasma blaster. So here's how she looks with this epic particle cannon. Oh, yeah. Okay. It was very difficult to get the handle inside her other hand because you have to push it through this side, and this handle is so flimsy. So you gotta kind of hold it on one end of the handle if you can get your finger in there and then push through. It was a bit of a struggle. She does have a full ball joint in her head, just like the others, full ball joint in the shoulder, and hers actually has this extra joint just below the shoulder, and then a double ball joint in the elbow, and a full ball joint in the wrist. She's got a ball joint in her torso as well as a twisting joint, or a tilting joint, but it's really hard to... I can see the joint, you guys. It's just incredibly difficult to move. Wow. I wonder if it's supposed to move. There we go. Okay, so there's her waist joint there. Really, really stiff on that joint. Full ball joint in this thigh up here. And then she does have the twistable just below that thigh. It does get impeded by the back of her costume here and her armor. So there's that. Her knees have a double joint, but jeez. Guys, don't give this to a really little kid. These joints are really, really stiff. I mean, I am, oh my goodness, come on. I've cut myself on this toy. Okay, wow, all right, I got her knee to bend. Okay, that's an epic action pose, but anyway, I got her knee to bend there, and then she does have a full ball joint in her foot. So these are really disappointing. I wish they had made them, I don't know, feasible to move. Ow, I just pinched myself on it. Guys, this is not for little kids. If you're a collector and you want to grab these, or if you're an adult and you want to play with these, go ahead. But do be really careful giving this to kids of any ages, because these are serious pinching hazards with how hard it is to move a lot of these joints. Because she is so large and has these huge boots with little grippy pieces, she does stand super easily. So the other three do actually stand. They're just very difficult to position in a way that makes them stand, especially because those joints are real tight. And then after all those tight joints, I put these two in and one of them kept falling out. So I mean, the quality on these is surprisingly low for them being called Overwatch Ultimates and having all of these joints and all of that kind of stuff. I'm super disappointed in these, to be honest. And I'm concerned because I got a whole bunch of them because I really wanted action figures of them, but they're really, really hard to pose. That being said, though, they do look pretty epic and come with epic different weapons and extra hands, which is fun. It is a little bit interesting, though, that not all of them come with extra hands. Zarya and Pharah didn't have any extra hands. Everybody did come with at least one weapon, so that's fun. You can actually play with them as soldier-type toys. Their feel is also very cheapy. I'm worried about moving some of these joints because they might break. This is a disappointment for something that Hasbro released, honestly. To me, it's still worth it because they look really nice and they do at least bend. It's not a Funko, and they have the more appropriate proportions than a Funko Pop, but they could have been made a lot better. I like the Midnight and Carbon outfits of Zarya and D.Va better. Pharah's, I like both of them, and I think for Genji, I liked his original outfit better. Let me know what you guys think of these down in the comments below. If you guys have any, if you have a favorite one that was released. And then please, 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 if you like the video, click that subscribe button down below, share it with your friends, family, coworkers, anyone else who is around, then go check out my channel. I've got tons more toy reviews. Until next time, have a great time playing. Bye.